Panties in trousers, Ezio. You're the one that implied nudity here, Ezio. You're the one who pictured Link's all natural, Ezio. That wasn't me, Ezio, my brother in Christ. I'm saying nothing. I plead the Wizrobe. The amendment of Hamilton. Anyway. Oh, actually, I'm going to switch my shield back over as well. And this. Oh, bugger, missed. Oh well. Fire arrow. He dead. So, what is this land called, Ezio? The land is called Hyrule, Kingdom of the Koroks. Okay, the roof of this temple is quite intricate, and I still don't understand half of the things here. Were these fountains? Were they pillars? Why were they built like this? Does it spell out the goddess's name when looked at from above? Oh, not really. Oh, well. Dragon back? No, can't be. Up we go. Up we go. All right. Now where are we? Do we think the seat's up here or down low? Right, let's drop down this hole and see what we get. Oh, I found it. Yep, Korok seed puzzle. Marvelous. Oh, there it is. Roosh. Oh, across. There we go. Wind Waker green Korok. Marvelous. Okay, that's another done. One more to go. Well, for this canyon, I think. I hope. For now. Anyway. How are we gonna get up there then? Let's go up to that outcroppy thing. Go. Uh-oh. Mistakes may have been made now. Oh, there we go. Haha! Do we think it's down here or up there? Okay, I'm gonna go up. So, if the land is called Hyrule, named after the goddess Hylia, why would the name not be pronounced Hylia? Why would the name be pronounced Hylia and not Hylia? Corruption of language over many, many centuries. It happens all the time. I mean, like port and starboard on a boat. I mean, port's okay. Port is port side, but starboard was originally steerboard because that was the side of the boat. The steerboard was you stood to the right of the steerboard on the boat, and then over centuries, steerboard was corrupted into starboard. Happens with place names all the time. Like, I was going to say Lancashire counties then, but no, Lancashire is a county. UK counties, one of them, towns, cities. Manchester used to be Manchester. City on the hill. I mean, London was Londinium, but Yeah, I suppose that was just shifting it from the Romans. What the dick? Where is the seed? Yeah, I'm in the right place. So, save, just in case we need to get back up to the top really quick. Missed something? Or is it inside the temple? You know what? I can get inside the temple. I have a warp gate. Yes, I do realize that I've basically just used it to warp through a single floor, but doesn't matter. This me? Oh no, right, I'm in a separate room. Never mind, that's fine. Okay, so there is the goddess. If the stone is not on the roof, nor is the seed on top of the cliff, must the seed be in the temple? Oh, bloody hell. Hello, Flocket, welcome. This isn't the... No, too small. Can't possibly be the statue from, Skyward Sword. Can it? No, that statue was much bigger, but for a brief moment, I thought it was the statue from Skyward Sword. It's got the hands clasped, and it's got the thing, but there's no alcove, so... No, just a replica, I think. Ezio, I've linked you a... PM'd you a link and a vid, please watch. I shall after the stream. Right. Oh. Well, we have an inconspicuous rock. That can't possibly be the Korok seed. Let's continue looking. Alright, fair enough. Well, we found it, so now it is literally just a case of having a little poke around and see where we are. Unless this is actually the same statue from that game, and they built a temple around it, but I doubt that because look how small it is. I prefer now, and it's relevant right now. I mean, okay, sure, I can take a quick gander at it, but no problem. 26 seconds, okay, sure. Okay. Right. How to pronounce. Learn how to say words in English, Spanish, and many other languages. Da 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 da. Fair enough. However, pronouncing it... what's the Japanese translation? How do you pronounce Hylia in Japanese? And that's now broken my... Okay, hold on, give me a minute. Do a bit of modification. Edit. Fix. All. There we go. That's all sorted now. Dummy, yeah, marvelous. Okay, right, there we go. And badoosh. Marvelous. Yeah. Also, remember in Skyward Sword, the statue fell down to whatever planet this is, and there was already a temple there. So likely this is that statue, yet it is very small. It's much smaller than the other statue. I mean, there was already a temple there, but that temple became the Temple of Time. Because the Master Sword was laid to rest in the temple. We'll call it the Temple of... Well... I'm going to have to think. It did become the Temple of Time because there was... No, there were two Temples of Time because... Look, the Temple of Hylia. I'll call it the Temple of Hylia. from Skyward Sword is where the Master Sword was laid to rest at the end of Skyward Sword, where it wasn't touched again until Ocarina of Time, where in Ocarina of Time, unless there is a game between Skyward Sword and Ocarina of Time, the Master Sword was laid to rest in the Temple of Hylia, which around the Temple of Hylia was built the Temple of Time, which means that if this statue was the same statue, it would have to be near the Temple of Time, which in this game would have to be somewhere...
The roof's protection is now ready to roll.
Awesome. Which means that the statue of Hylia would have to either be... It would have to be in the Lost Woods, in the Kokori Forest, because that's where the Master Sword was. Though, in fairness, it could also be that the Master Sword was moved at some point in the 10,000 years between the original Calamity and then this Calamity, which just breaks my brain because 10,000 years is a stupid amount of time. Temple of Time is literally the starting location of the game. It's not the actual Temple of Time, though. The actual Temple of Time has the Master Sword in it. That was the same in Ocarina of Time, and it was also the same in Twilight Princess, and this game takes place, I'm pretty certain this game takes place, well, it mainlines in the child timeline, though the timelines are very much merged for this game, at which point, I caught a Game Theory on it. I don't watch Game Theory very often, but I did catch this episode, and that Pat did make a good argument of basically Hyrule Warriors, the original Hyrule Warriors, being a good sort of canon point for the emergence of the timelines coming together, because that game combined the timelines, which would give us a good starting point for Breath of the Wild. If you forget about the 10,000 year bollocks, but anyway, that doesn't matter here or there. That could have been the original fight between Hylia and Demise, and it's been corrupt. The legend has been corrupted over centuries, millennia, even 10 millennia to be exact. I still maintain that I will until my dying breath, I think, that Nintendo dropped the ball with it. At the start of the game, they should have kept the Temple of Time on the Great Plateau, the actual Temple of Time. You go into the Temple of Time, you see the Master Sword in its pedestal, but you can't pull the Master Sword until you've at least spoken to the... If they want to keep the Great Deku Tree in that line, you can't pull the Master Sword until you've spoken to the Great Deku Tree, who will then tell you how to become worthy, how to gain your worth to retrieve the Master Sword, and at that point, you can then go and do the usual MacGuffin thing of... They could have even called back to Ocarina of Time and got 3 spiritual stones, because then you would have had a reason for Link to also go to the Gorons, to the Zora, and the Great Deku Tree. They could have challenged Link with either a traditional dungeon or something. He could have got the 3 spiritual stones, which would then have shown his worth to the Master Sword, and he would have been able to take the Master Sword back, and it would have been brilliant, because then you have that carrot on a stick dangling in front of the player from the get-go, and it's just, look, this is here. You can get this. Come back later and you can retrieve it. But instead, no, we just got the Temple of Time with the statues of Hylia in it, so woo. But there we go. But in Wind Waker, the Master Sword was in Hyrule Castle, and we know that takes place after Ocarina of Time. Yes, which means that they must have moved the Master Sword, or they built the Temple of Time. They built Hyrule Castle around... Well, you have to remember, Wind Waker takes place in the adult timeline. Hyrule Castle has been completely destroyed. It's not completely beyond reason that they would have demolished the Temple of Time and built the new Hyrule Castle around the Temple of Time, because at that point it would have been a holy place, more holy before, because that's where the Hero of Time, it's links to the Hero of Time, Temple of Time. They could have built Hyrule Castle above the original Temple of Time. Master Sword doesn't have to move. It remains sealed there where it was when Link left it. Apart from the fact that Link had the Master Sword when he was sent back in time, so the Master Sword shouldn't have actually returned to its pedestal, so it shouldn't actually exist. Which means maybe it's not the original Master Sword. Think about it, the Master Sword has never needed... The Master Sword has been imbued with the power of the goddesses since Skyward Sword. the actual sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. The actual Master Sword was tempered in the flames of the goddesses, and its power is internal. It's derived from the power of the golden goddesses and the blessing of Hylia. Why would the Master Sword need the prayers of sages to keep its sealing power unless it wasn't the true Master Sword? What if the Master Sword in Wind Waker was a replica created by the Hyrulean royal family and the sages in case Ganon ever returned? And that's why it lost its power. There we go. Yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, that makes a bit more sense. But only the true Master Sword can defeat Ganon. But But it isn't, because Ganon's not Ganon was defeated without the Master Sword on a couple of occasions. He was killed by. If we go back to the original Legend of Zelda, Link wasn't using the Master Sword. He was using the magic sword, which was given to him by I think it was the old man or the old woman. He killed Ganon because in Zelda 2, his minions are trying to resurrect him. His minions were trying to resurrect him. So, I think you can kill Ganon with without the Master Sword, but to seal him eternally, you would need the Master Sword. But remember, in Ocarina of Time, Link struck the killing blow to Ganon, but the sages were the one who sealed him. So if it was a sword blessed by the sages, that sealing power could very much still be in effect. We don't count the original in this, because the whole idea of the Master Sword and all that was a thing. The whole idea with the Master Sword and that wasn't a thing. Yes and no. It's still very much canon. It's very much... It's in part of a timeline where the hero was killed, which then raises the entire question of, well, I suppose the Master Sword could have ended up in the Lost Woods, because Zelda could have put it in the Lost Woods, because the Master Sword would still exist there. But in terms of Ocarina of Time, Link had the Master Sword, so either Zelda took the Master Sword and sealed it away, or it's not the actual Master Sword, because the actual Master Sword went back in time with Link. Unless Link going back in time and never drawing the Master... No, because if Link never drew the Master Sword, Ganon would never have got the Triforce, in which case Ganon would never have come to power, which means that there's a paradox, and the adult timeline would have never existed. I mean, at this point, I might as well just say, but that's all a theory. A game theory, a Zelda theory. I'll say it's a Zelda theory. I like making headcanons of Zelda. It's a lot. It's one of the things I actually enjoy. And until Nintendo come out and say one way or another, which they probably never will. But yeah, you know. But we know the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild is the true Master Sword, because it's got Fi in it. Fi still inhabits the sword, as she did back Skyward Sword. Well, if that's the case, why bother with the whole only Link can pull the Master Sword and all that? Why just go with, oh, it will just we'll just magic a regular sword and give it to the guy who is like super good with the sword and doesn't need to sleep for 7 freaking years before he can actually hold up the bloody thing. Spirit of the God, Spirit of the Hero. It's the same spirit as the original Link from Skyward Sword, and it's the spirit of the Link before Skyward, the original champion from pre-Skyward Sword. It's good question. I don't fault the question, but at the same time, yeah, no, actually, I don't fault the question. Yeah, they could potentially just go, well, they did, didn't they? Because A Link to the Past, how did that open? Ganon kills the hero. Link is dead. the sages, the Hylians rise up, they defeat Ganon, and the sages seal him away. Well, they don't defeat him. Well, they kind of defeat him. They don't kill him, but they seal him away in the Dark World. No, 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 and they've despawned. Okay, they sealed him away in the Dark World. So yes, that's entirely. It is entirely possible to stop Ganon without Link. I mean, Zelda locked him away for 100 years. In this game alone, right? How to do this? I suppose we could go to the Ridgeland Tower. Okay, we're in Hyrule Ridge. The Hyrule Ridge is the area we're in. I've finally concluded that. I preferred Western Hyrule, but anyway. We could go there and drive down, or we could go there. I'm going to go there because it's a higher altitude and should mean that we can get further distance. Also, may I remind you that I give 0 credibility to anything Matt Pat has said in regards because he's a Wasik and just wants views. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I love the theories are just in good humour. But at the same time, I can very much... sometimes he makes a good point. Sometimes he makes a good point. I mean, there are plenty of people I don't agree with, but even then I can still say, well, sometimes, yeah, no. No, I can see where they're coming from. I'll keep politics out of it, but yeah, I'm able to accept other people's opinions. And sometimes they have valid opinions. Just the way the world works. Plenty of people out there who would say, well, I don't agree with a lick of what you've just said about your theories on Zelda, and that's perfectly fine, because that just it. I have my opinions, you have your opinions. The fact that we're able to discuss them like adults is what really matters. Oh, hello. Goodbye. I'm stealing your bananas now. Oh, wait, there's another one. No, there isn't. Okay, that was the only one. Those are horses. Maybe one day I'll have to start writing down some of my... Actually, probably not. It's time, doesn't it? Right. Oh, go away! I'm sick of I swear it's just the same 3 moblins over and over again. Just stalking me at the... Oh, there's a Hinox. Okay, marvellous. Yeah, the difference here is he's a tosspot and you're not. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Also, you don't say tosspot. Well, I don't know. I was debating whether or not that counts as within my rules of the channel. Though, in fairness, I keep they're pretty lax at times. That's not even a bad word or anything, just another word for stupid. Any reason why? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, no, it was just me overthinking things. I have a tendency to do that. There is a reason why the tags under this stream have OCD listed. Well, actually, because I've got OCD, but there we go. I don't see any Korok seeds. Else, no, right. Come on. On this beach instead. Or maybe it's above the beach. Searching the entirely wrong area again. Maybe. It's entirely possible, actually. Done that Korok seed, so that Korok seed. Words work, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Right, I don't even know anymore. No, I think I'm in the right place. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay, fine. Fine. There we go. Gordon Bennett. They're throwing camouflaged rocks at me now. Wait, no, rocks are always camouflaged. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Right, fine. A grey rock on a grey beach. No wonder I couldn't see the blast thing. Right, anyway. So I did put the stamp in the wrong place, didn't I? Oy. Wait a minute. Yeah, goodbye. Oh. There we go. Easy way to use the best sword. Why waste your ability when you can just smack enemies with the golden blade of blah-de-blah? Magic energy beam? Sword beam! Sword beam! That's the word I'm looking for. How did I... Yeah, that's... Okay, there we go. I've got a 2. Unfortunately, it's the kind that makes me not happy guy unless I take magic white stuff. That med's not cocaine, just for clarity's sake. That's good. That's good. Good, it's not cocaine. Oh, fine. I'll just smack you with the sword then. Love that sound effect, by the way. There's not cocaine for clarity's sake. It sucks, but at this point, all I can do is suck it up and deal. That's a strange shade of gold in that case. Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, mine's not so bad that I need medication. When I saw the doctor about it, it was a case of I could either go on medication or I could... Oh, I'm sorry, we'll just shoot it with an arrow. There we go. I could have gone on medication or I could try... CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. And it just so happened that the university I work for has a medical a medical psychiatric center attached to it. So, yeah, I got signed up to there at a 10-week course or something. I think it was 10 or 12-week course of it. And, yeah, no, I haven't looked back since. But I avoided medication. Sometimes it's enough to... Lighter. There we go. Politically correct word of saying, I suppose. But, is what it is. Huh. Big spiky things on that bridge. Also... Okay, no. Oh wait, I've done... Yes, I have. Yes. No, I've done that one. Okay, that's... So the next one is... that one there. Crossing the bridge. Oh, goody. Okay. In the interest of saving a bit of time... Okay, then. There we go. Problem solved. I got some arrows. Oh, I can be happy. I'm guessing this was a checkpoint. Considering there's no magic crate or thing waiting for me. I have to be careful of the big spiky things. Yeah, it got caught. Oh no, 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 no. Hang on. Gordon Bennett, the Brothers Grimm are back again. That one just managed to drown itself. Okay, cool. Good job. Right. So, if this system continues to work. There. That. Throw rock. Ow. Bennett. Okay. New plan. Did the rock despawn? Fine. Okay. We're doing this the old-fashioned way then, apparently. Problem solved. There we go. So. Nope. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. That's the completely different one than I was going for. Okay, well, a seed's a seed, but still. What the... Oh, hello. Well, that's certainly going to cause... Go on. Alright then. Well... That was that. Oh, if this requires me to climb, I'm... Oh. Well, hopefully it's dry under here. It is. Cool. Oh. However, that was dumb. Oh. Might work? No, that's not it. No, no, yes, there we go. Right. A flower. Seriously, where's it gone? Oh. They've seen me. Oh, it's up there. Really? Okay, so we're basically stuck here now until the thunderstorm's over and I can actually climb up the bridge. Great. Also, for reasons I don't quite understand, the enemies know I'm here, but at the same time they don't know that I'm here. Okay. Oh, never mind, they found me. Right, you shut up. Can the rain stop now, please? Please? Seriously, stop raining. Wish to do other things. Don't worry, I won't start singing. Oh, I've also just realised that I've left YouTube playing. Oopsies. Right, that's fine. Thankfully, my internet connection's strong enough that it can handle a YouTube video playing in the background. Ah, now it stopped raining. Cool, let's get back to hunting for the Korok seeds. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay, right, I might climb up to the top and then climb back down. Yeah, that golden moblin there, that's why I didn't want to trigger those enemies worse than I did. The others I can live with. This, not so much. Can I just... this by gliding down to the flower? Yes, I can. Woo! You found me. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Mr. Korok. What are you going to do about it? Yep. Alrighty then. So, next seed. Oh, son of a dingus. Underhelm. Lord, we've done that. Now, where are we? We're by the Regencia River. Push boulder downhill. Okay. Didn't mean to read that, but whatever. I've now read it. So the next seed we're looking for is pushing a boulder down the hill. For reference, I do try to avoid reading the descriptions on the seed, just for the sake of, well, it's probably more entertaining watching me struggle to find the seeds than it is me actually just going, oh, it's this. However... am I even looking? Oh, no, that's... yes? Yes, okay, right. In that case, we will go to the Breach of Demise. You'd think the Breach of Demise would be the one near the Forgotten Temple, if that's the temple with that from the guy with sword, but okay, sure. Also, or unless it's just demise as in the word, not demise as in the death god. Because I'm pretty sure the whole world has forgotten about demise by this point, on the principle of it was more than 10,000 poxy years ago.